We welcome you live to NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series Season 5 Preseason Thunder. Well, we're back and we are here, I guess you can say for the first time ever, in the Grand National Series, which of course is the former NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series. But tonight, new name, new everything, and we had a lot to talk about. And it's Preseason Thunder. Season 5 is officially here. As we welcome you live to the broadcast booth, of course, I'm your host, as always, Ethan Trentler. And the 5th season of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League is just about to get underway tonight. So, of course, Preseason Thunder, how it works is basically 3, I guess you can say, practice sessions, but 3 test sessions in the night, so 3 hours of action. We're going to be, of course, starting off at Daytona like usual. Then the Grand National Series goes to Kern County Speedway, which is a new track that will be on the schedule this season. And then, of course, they will also go to North Wilkesboro Speedway, which is another new track that is on the Grand National schedule for season number 5. So weird to be calling it the Grand National Series. So weird to be in season number 5, but it's reality. The off-season is just about over. We're here, and we're ready to go in Daytona. We're ready to see all these new faces and new places. And here we go. We're also testing out a couple of new themes down in the background. So you saw the other NASCAR one we just had on. This is the old NASCAR on Fox starting lineup one. So we're testing a couple new ones. So we're officially deciding on one after testing. Also going to be testing some new camera angles at Daytona. Also, we're going to be testing one new set of camera angles tonight in the Grand National Series and tomorrow night, and of course, in the Cup Series. All right, here we go. We are back. Just about a month ago, the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series Championship was decided. Of course, Cole Wilson won the title in Miami last season. He'll be back for another Xfinity Series, or I should say, this is going to be hard to get used to, isn't it? Another Grand National Series season, but actually will not be in this this night. He's actually in France right now for some reason. God only knows why. All right. Here we go in Daytona. You're going to see all the test paint schemes on the racetrack as well. Just something new. We're also going to see all the new drivers. We have a bunch of new drivers in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. Most of them starting, of course, in the Grand National Series. And a lot more to look over here in Daytona to start us off for the first session of the night. All right. We're live from the World Center of Racing. Of course, this is a night of testing, so we're going to figure out a bunch of stuff tonight. And here we go in Daytona. We are live. We are back. Here we go. Making sure all the audio is all right as well throughout this session. Give us a quick second. All right, cars on the racetrack here in Daytona. Welcome to Preseason Thunder for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series in season number 5. Cars on the racetrack here at the World Center of Racing in Daytona. And of course, you can see a bit of a new camera angle as we head down the front stretch here at Daytona International Speedway. First bunch of test cars on the racetrack heading to 1 and 2. Of course, the outside being led by Knox Thompson, of course, in his first full-time year here in the Grand National Series in that 48 machine, being pushed by a second-year driver, Zane Rahman, down the backstretch, returning to the number 6. Matthew White, of course, full-time in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. In that number 88, finished 3rd in points last season. And there is Cameron Chandler, Season 3 Xfinity Series champion. Of course, another full-time Cup Series driver just making a start in a Preseason Thunder tonight. These cars make their way down the front stretch here in Daytona. Chandler leads the outside lane. There is that 88. This little bit, 88 of Matthew White on the bottom. You got some cars rolling off pit road. There's a 77. That is Christopher Lowell. He actually replaces Brandon Piper this season. Of course, Piper moving full-time to the Cup Series this upcoming season in season number 5. But we are live in Daytona, finally back. And there is Max DeFilippi in the 12, of course, in his second full-time year in the Grand National Series. He raced for Chandler Wilson Racing at the end of season number 4, but now he's, of course, officially full-time now. So I don't know why it's a little bit choppy with the on-screen visuals, but we'll have to just fix all that. Of course, it's just testing. This is what it's for, Preseason Thunder, preseason testing. That's the whole game. Oh, that's the whole point of this. Is now outside being blocked as that top lane by the 12 Max DeFilippi as they head down the backstretch here in Daytona. Side by side once again. There is CJ Urban. Of course, it was announced a few weeks ago that he's going to be moving full-time to the Cup Series here in season number 5. Probably making some more Grand National starts throughout the year. Of course, let's talk about another change in the Grand National Series this season, the big one. The name change, of course, from the Xfinity Series to now the Grand National Series. That is definitely a very, very big change for all of these drivers. And then another big change is, is they're going to nearly crash. Matthew White almost goes around. Another really, really big change is, of course, the new points format. We're going to full season points here in the Grand National Series, also moving the 22 races on the season. So, down to the back straightaway and crashing is Max DeFilippi. He'll go around and come back in front of some other cars. Oh, he gets slammed. Up in the air he goes. Getting slammed, that is from CJ Erdman. And Erdman, we're going to crash down here as well. Here's the 29 of Jeremiah Gauntly in the first full-time year for him. And there's the 2 of Brody Webster for Chandler Wilson Racing. He of course is my podcast co-host, the brand new NASCAR iRacing FedEx League podcast. Of course, every Saturday, which will be tomorrow as well, coming out tomorrow before Cup Series Preseason Thunder. Yeah, going back to the new points format, of course, full season points, new points totals as well. You also get bonus points, like usual, for winning the pole and getting 0x, but you also get a bonus point for leading the most laps as well. And there's no more stage in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series. Stage does not exist, neither do stage points. There's no halfway break either. So it's just fully, and some of the races a little bit longer as well for Grand National. As we have about a 3-wide race here coming off pit road. Still only about 10 minutes into Daytona. This is going to be interesting. Oh, coming off the pits is Brody Webster there. You can see that loose. Like I said, we're going to be testing another new camera pack for tomorrow. I'm not quite sure why this one's really, really choppy, but I don't know if it's my if it's iRacing or the camera pack. We'll have to see. iRacing's been having non-stop issues, unfortunately, with all this. Outside now goes Max DeFilippi. And there is Knox Thompson as well. There's Cameron Chandler 3 wide down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. There's Zane Rahman back there. And, of course, there is the 70-1 of Cole Clausen. Of course, huge announcement. He, of course, moves full-time to Grand National this season after being full-time in the Cup Series for his entire career. They had 3x3 down the stretch straightaway here in Daytona. And there they go. Into the wall goes Cole Clausen. Reckon is the 8 car as well. There is the 2 of Brody Webster spinning on the bottom. That's the 70 of Ethan McMillan. We're going to be trying to, real quick, fix everything. I don't know what's going on currently with my with iRacing. I don't know why the visuals are so bad right now. As we attempt to make this fix. Real quick, going to be reloading the session. All right, so of course, apologize for this. A couple of technical difficulties. Also in the background now, you can see that not brand new, but definitely updated background videos we got going for you. New clips in them. Of course, it was updated before the Cup Series Cup and Xfinity Series playoffs last season. Of course, now with all that playoff action we had in season number 4, it's been updated for that. Of course, no more playoffs. Of course, full season, 22 races for the Grand National Series this season. So whoever scores the most points of the year is the champion. Simple as that. First season, there isn't any playoff. First season, it's not called the Xfinity Series as well. And, of course, we'll obviously talk about the Cup Series a lot more tomorrow in Cup Series Preseason Thunder, but of course they go to the chase format. So playoffs basically have been abolished in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. Of course, once we get back live into the session, we'll talk about some of the more new faces in new places, new drivers, rookies, and whatnot, and all that good stuff.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, someone told me to come in here and talk to Ethan. So, hey.
About what?
I don't know, man. They just told me to get in here and start talking about stuff.
Well, nice try.
Well, I mean, what have we talked about so far? The playoffs or something?
We've talked about everything. So good attempt. Now we're going to go through some of the new faces and new places. This 16 down the back straightaway, that is Warren Cook, actually full-time this season. The number 16 machine. Real quick, I'll pull up his team. He is going to be racing for Nitro Motorsports, of course, his teammate and team owner, Knox Thompson, racing alongside him, though that first-year organization here in the Grand National Series. And there's Knox Thompson leading this pack. Of course, another new driver to the Grand National Series from the Cup Series is Ethan McMillan's teammate, Cole Clausen. They're also going to have, not Ashton Miller, Elijah Miller, and Landon Fish is returning to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. He'll be in the Grand National Series full time. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the broad quality of not the stream, but like the visuals in iRacing right now. Apologize for that. And of course, here's the cars back down this front stretch in Daytona from the world center of racing. Sorry about that. We're back live here in Daytona. There's Ace Stockmorton full-time with Fortner Racing this season. Oh, we got a crash. And there's the 48 on Knox Thompson going around. He will spin around with Zane Rahman, his former team owner. And there's the 8 of Cameron Chandler. Oh, they still continue to pile up Brody Webster and others as they crash down the front stretch here in Daytona. Oh, there's Christopher Lowell, who, of course, driving Brandon Piper's old number and car. Of course, Brandon Piper moving full-time to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series this season. For season number 5 is upon us. So exciting. All right. Oh, and there's the 94 of Zerdman, gonna absolutely hammer the wall here down the back straightaway. So, of course, make sure to comment in the chat what you think about these new camera angles so far. Of course, going to be testing out more tomorrow night in the Cup Series, different camera angles. We also got the original base pack that we usually ran, and then the original iRacing pack. So we have 4 different ones that we can choose from. The original iRacing one is basically out of the question, but we're not sure about the other 3 just yet. Just depends. This is what Preseason Thunder is for, obviously. Oh, Christopher Lowell in the wall hard with Brody Webster. Now Brody Webster nearly on his roof. Hopefully he's okay. Got to film a podcast with him tomorrow night, and he's still sliding sideways. Oh, and they're wrecking here again. Oh my God, we have somebody flipping. Zane Rahman going down the back straightaway upside down. Oh, and he's getting hit again by Connor Asbel. My goodness. So they're trying to create some mini races and whatever. We're starting off here in Daytona with the first session of tonight. Of course, as of now, there are still a couple of Cup Series seats to be full. They can take up until the Daytona 500 race day to fill those. Technically, the couple chartered seats still available. There's like 2 or 3 of them, I believe, that are still not up for. I don't know if they're up for grabs or not, but signings are being in the process of being worked out. Might see some more announcements tomorrow night before Preseason Thunder and some other Cup Series driver announcements. Of course, in the Grand National Series this season, a couple of drivers, of course, move away from Grand National full-time to the Cup Series as they head back into 1 and 2. Grand National does have about, I think, 37 full-time drivers confirmed, so we have about 70 full-time Cup and Grand National combined drivers for this season so far, full-time. Of course, lots of good names in the Grand National Series coming back, like Joseph Lewis. He's back and made the playoffs last season. Alexander Ortega nearly won the title last season, but of course, he's actually moving to Ethan Trendler Racing for his season number 5 in the 38 car. You won't see him tonight, unfortunately. Another ETR driver is Eli Franklin. And how about Jacob Malone, first full-time season in the Grand National Series this year? MNF Racing got that 4-car driver lineup. Chandler Wilson Racing is pretty stacked with Richard Cherry moving on from TCMC and moving to that new team, of course, at CWR this year. They also have Max DiFilippi, like I said, Cole Wilson, defending champion here in the Grand National Series. Jacob Clarino coming back, and Brody Webster making his first full-time year here in Grand National. As there's DiFilippi pushing on that 12 in the 12 car on the bottom. Oh, he's going to side by side with Christopher Lowe. Lowe's up the racetrack big time, and he nearly has to wreck the car, but he ends up actually saving it, I believe. Team Chevy Motor Club is definitely a head scratcher for me. They only have 1 confirmed full-time driver so far. It's really unusual for them. And the only one is Ryan Kilbastian. Questionable Motorsports, they have Keaton Converse, and then you got big signing is Christian Herklotz, of course, moving on. Another driver that leaves TCMC. And moving on to Questionable Motorsports for the upcoming year. And then Jeremiah Gauntly, you've seen him in the 29 tonight. He's somewhere back here. There he is, in that Chevrolet. First talked about Zane and Ron, the single-car team this season for Screaming Luigi Racing. They're back for another year. Nitro Motorsports, 2-car team, Max Thompson, Warren Cook. Hunsaker Motorsports, they re-signed Roshan Cook again, and they have Aiden Lanny coming for his rookie campaign. Of course, that team owned by defending NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series champion, Braden Hunsaker. Oh, we have Connor Asbell on his lid. Not really quite sure how that happens, but okay. And he resets. Brandon Pfeiffer Racing, of course, their team owner. Brandon Pfeiffer moving full-time to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series this year. He is signed. He's signed with Robert McCain and Travis Prather, I should say. That and Friends United. That's probably the most high-profile team that's been over the offseason. They don't have, they have some talent. They got TJ Moon actually coming to the team this year. Ben Horner as well. Tyler Stevenson, James D. Boyce. D. Boyce is currently in 17th place right now. Fortner Racing signed a couple of new rookies. They got Ace Stockporton, Dustin Savek, and Joseph Bonner. Caraway Motorsports returns with Cam Caraway and the 81 Toyota, and Blue Oval's performance team going to be making their debut with Aiden Slightdom, who raced the Xfinity finale last season in Miami. That's your full Xfinity Series, or I should say Grand National Series lineup for the upcoming season so far. Oh, we got a crash. A couple of cars going around. Now they're wrecking up here again. Big wreck happening now. Multiple cars involved. They're piling up through 3 and 4 in Daytona. Oh, man, the 81 of Lopez just drives on through. And we got a big crash down the front stretch in Daytona. My goodness. That's one hell of a wreck. And they're going to spin out again. Oh. Of course, we can wait for more full-time driver announcements for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series all the way up until Daytona. All right, so about 38 minutes to go in Daytona from the World Center Racing tonight in this warm-up session. You got Pace and Lindsay, of course, back for another full-time Cup Series season. We'll be talking about all the new Cup Series things, all the big major changes for the Cup Series in tomorrow night's Cup Preseason Thunder. Of course, got a lot more to go tonight here in the Grand National Series. Of course, Daytona, just the time for some, just figure out everyone, where they are, new, like I said, new faces and new places and whatnot. They head back to 1 and 2 here in Daytona. And of course, we'll be heading to Kern County Speedway, where we'll see some good racing action. Then we finished it off in North Wilkesboro. Those 2 brand new tracks to the NASCAR iRacing Grand National Series. Of course, speaking of the new Grand National tracks, of course, they go to Richmond Raceway for the first time ever. They also will go back to Sonoma. They go to Legacy Atlanta, of course. Cup and Grand National both go to Legacy Atlanta. They also go to Phoenix Raceway, which is another new track on the schedule. Mexico City, a road course. Down in Mexico, of course, another new track. They're also going to be heading to the Legacy, I guess you could say, Iowa Speedway. They return to USA Speedway as well. North Wilkesboro they got on the schedule. They got Kern also in the year. And how about this, the Las Vegas season finale for Cup, Grand National, and the Truck Series here in season number 5. That's all, of course, long ways in the distance, but got already thinking about that as cars make their way through 1 and 2 here in Daytona. Ooh. Of course, tonight is the last time these Xfinity Series, the only time they're going to be on track, these Grand National Series guys with their Grand National teams and cars until season opener practice, and now they're going to start wrecking. Big, big crash happening now. My goodness. Oh, up. Oh, my goodness. Look at Matthew White tumbling through 3 and 4 on his lid. Oh, my God. He is upside down, taking a terrible, terrible crash down in the 3 and 4. Oh, he is still flipping. My God. Is he done? Maybe? Yes, he... Oh, Braden just finishes him off. All right. Real quick, we'll go through some more of the new camera angles. We've seen the 6 TV cameras that we have. Also got the spotter cam, which is this. It's from the spotter stands, of course. Another new camera angle is the fan cam. We're actually going to be watching this initial drive away from the fan cam, of course, from the stands. Very, very cool camera angle here in Daytona. Of course, it's not officially set what we're going to be seeing throughout the rest of Daytona Speed Weeks for the camera angle side. As they're gonna start the wreck already. Rolling off here down the front straightaway into 1. Here at the World Center Racing. Beautiful night in Daytona. Early season action, of course, preseason, if you will. Preseason thunder. All these test cars on the racetrack. Everyone getting used to the new teams. Everyone getting used to the new drivers in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series and all of that good stuff. So far, top of the board is Warren Cook. Stan Rahman is 2nd. Brody Webster 3rd. Eli Franklin, Ethan McMillan. Also, we'll be talking about all of the action that's on track here in the NASCAR iRacing Grand National Series tonight for Preseason Thunder, what we saw, debriefing that, and then, of course, previewing Preseason Thunder for the Cup Series on the Saturday Sports Shift, which, of course, is the official NASCAR iRacing FedEx League podcast hosted by me and Brody Webster. Coming up at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and there is Brody Webster leading the pack on the bottom. This is, of course, the fan cam, heading back at 1 and 2. Another look through the other ones. Also got this, the Sky Cam. It's basically a blimp camera, but it's just like a stationary thing here. You can see the entirety of Daytona International Speedway. Very, very, very cool angle up here from the World Center of Racing. A couple other ones we'll look at. TV follow. This is, I guess, from the, not from the spotter stands, but it's from the top here. I guess it's similar to what the spotters see. We do actually have another spotter section camera. So they head down the front straightaway here in Daytona. Back in the turns 1 and 2, nearly halfway already from the World Center of Racing in this first preseason Thunder session from Daytona International Speedway. There's Payson Lindsay, first time tonight he's rolling on the racetrack. Brody Webster leading the line here down the backstretch. So they do get 2 more practice sessions for the Daytona season opener, these Grand National guys. That'll be run on Friday night before the Daytona 500. Of course, next week, there's no Grand National Series action. It's just the Cup Series Clash Week. They'll also have iCar, the iCar Pro Series coming back first race of the year, and then the brand new iCar Late Model Series as well from USA Speedway on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and most likely Friday night you're going to see lobbies as well. So packed week of action next week here in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. All right. Oh, we got a crash. Down the backstretch they go. It's Christopher Lowell spitting and the 16 Warren Cook going around. All right. Got a couple more camera angles as well. You got pit lane camera angle, which just shows Pace and Lindsay currently sitting there in the pits. That's another pit lane angle. There's another one. And we're going to see the cars most likely roll down the front stretch here in Daytona. Line arounds at the World Center of Racing tonight. What a beautiful night of racing. Be in California a little bit as well. So that's definitely interesting. This one is not new, but you also, of course, have the blimp angle. Show all the action from above with our Goodyear blimp from the skies in Daytona. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, we'll be testing out another new camera angle pack tomorrow night in Cup Series Preseason Thunder here in Daytona. We also have one from Homestead, Miami. Probably going to get some other new ones as well. Cars head down the front stretch here at Daytona once again, nearly halfway through this first Preseason Thunder session for the Grand National Series in Season 5. Kind of just soothing a little bit seeing these cars race down into 1 and 2. And down the backstretch from above. Oh, Stockport nearly got turned around by Braden Hunsicker. And there's splitting the lap car. That's Sainer run 3 wide up in the outside lane. That could have been bad. Luckily, they all keep it going. Of course, here in testing, Preseason Thunder in Daytona, riding along now with Cameron Chandler. He's on the outside lane. Oh, and there's Stockport gonna make big block on him. Chandler gets to his bumper, actually puts a little bit of a dent in the back end of that thing. Oh, and the wreck into the back, 1 and 2. Big crash happening behind them. Oh, and they're gonna crash here as well, and Chandler turned around into the wall and spinning down the back stretch he goes. Oh, Erdman in the wall hard. All right, been a good one in Daytona so far. Here from the World Center of Racing tonight. All right. Nope. 55 of Du Bois. Of course, he's a rookie this year in the Grand National Series. Oh my God. Brody Webster just drove through everybody. So we, of course, do have a lot of new rookies, new drivers to the NASCAR. Oh my God. NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. I'll real quick check to see how many we do have in the Grand National Series that have never made a NASCAR iRacing FedEx League start. So we do have a total of 7 guys that have never made a NASCAR iRacing FedEx League start full-time in the Grand National Series so far for this season. Wide down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 here in Daytona. Look at this action back into 3 and 4. 3 by 3. We've seen this in the Xfinity Daytona races in the past, of course. And Cole Clausen, interested to see how he does this season with full season points. It's going to be crucial to score points in all these races this year in the Grand National Series. No more resets, no rounds, no nothing. It's just full season points until the end. These cars head down the backstretch in Daytona. I know, pretty bland night for paint schemes. All these test cars, pretty blank, obviously. That's the point of the test car. Aswell just took a bit of a shot down through 3 and 4. But of course, for the Grand National Series, you'll see all the brand new paint schemes, official paint schemes, I should say, that are going to be on track in Daytona during Daytona Speed Weeks. About 27 minutes to go here in Daytona tonight for NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series Preseason Thunder. And there's the 80 of Matthew White going down bottom on Cameron Chandler. There's Eli Franklin. Oh my goodness! Matthew White on the bottom. Matthew White and Cameron Chandler, of course, returning full-time to the Cup Series this season in their respective rides after making the championship 4 a year ago. And Chandler, former Xfinity Series champion, clears down low on the bottom. Oh, we got C.J. Ehrman going nearly around here. Down to the land. Feels so good to be back here in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League, of course. We haven't had any on-track action, not even lobby special events, nothing, since the Cup Series championship race in Miami for Season 4. So it's been a month. Over a month, I believe, actually. Since we have had any action on track here in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. Oh, but it's been a busy offseason. We got a crash down to 3 and 4. Brody Webster going around here with Pace and Lindsay. Of course, it's been a very, very busy offseason, especially in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series as well. A lot of new stars there moving on from Grand National. But, of course, Grand National gets a bunch of drivers, over 10 of them, placing a lot of the drivers moving on to the Cup Series. You got to think about maybe some early championship contenders. You think about Richard Cherry, maybe can get some redemption. Cole Wilson, they're going to go back-to-back. Alexander Ortega can be very, 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 very strong again after winning multiple races last year, 3 to be exact. Also got Jacob Malone. He won the finale last season at Miami. So he's won the most recent Grand National Series race. So many good drivers looking to make a run for the Grand National Series title. And it all, of course, going to be full season points. Best driver end of the year is your champion. "24 minutes to go in Daytona for Preseason Thunder for the Grand National Series in season number 5. Crazy that we're already in the 5th season of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. Of course, tomorrow night, it feels so weird, but it's the 5th preseason Thunder for the Cup Series. It's just crazy to me. I don't feel like it's been that many. It has now after tomorrow. 5 preseason Thunder sessions for the Cup Series. Of course, this is the 4th for the Grand National Series, or the former Xfinity Series. Of course, I don't know if it's little known by newer drivers that weren't around back then, but Season 1, of course, only had one Xfinity Series race. It was in Daytona. It was the only race of the year. Only series we actually had full-time more than Daytona was the Cup Series. Season 1, definitely a weird time. We didn't have a set day for any Cup races. They were just all over the place on the schedule. I mean, it was such a weird year, obviously. A lot more set, a lot more managed now, as it has been, I guess, in Season 2. It's kind of felt Season 1 was a very, very different year, and then Season 2 onward, I don't want to say it's felt the same, but it's felt very much more similar to each other than what we have now. Here's Cameron Chandler once again watching this battle. It's pretty good. Once again down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. Just trying to get used to these new camera angles. The other ones tomorrow night. Good action, good things being tested. And a lot of course, the most important thing on track, the drivers testing out each other. See Cole Clausen pushing Max DiFilippi. They're now going to be both full-time racing for a title together this year. They were rivals last year. Cole Clausen wasn't exactly the best of friends with Max DiFilippi. So we'll see how this goes now when they're full-time with each other. Ethan McMillan never know what he could do. Max Thompson in the outside lane. A lot of good drivers. Oh, there's Jeremiah Gauntly. He could be, honestly, as he spins out and just collects the entire field, but I was about to praise him. I was going to say he could be a very underrated driver. Oh, what a big shot there. Oh, man. Big crash. Matthew White around, and there is Ethan McMillan. Oh, he's into the catch fence. My God. Holy, what a crash. All right. So, we've gone through a lot of the camera angles, new camera angles here in Daytona. Scenic, I don't think that one matters. Skycam, we already looked at that. The flag stand camera we got here, down the front straightaway here in Daytona. I don't know, you'll see other camera angles tomorrow night. I don't know if this, hang on. Yeah, TV follow and spotter camera, they're a little bit different. We'll actually watch this start from the spotter angle with 21 minutes to go in Daytona Preseason Thunder. These cars now roll off here at the World Center of Racing. Back at 1 and 2 they go. This is, of course, what the spotters see. Some of these drivers, actually, most notably John Butler, they do have real spotters. Of course, John Butler full-time in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Going to be making his 3rd full-time year, making the playoffs, the last 2 for Johnson Motorsports in the 09. We'll see him on track tomorrow night for preseason, and then there they go. They're wrecking. Oh, airborne crash. Connor Asbell. My God. Really quick, we're going to be trying to test out the other camera angle to see if what my issue is actually, well, I mean my, like, not the lag issue, but whatever. The issue that we've seen tonight with the choppiness is because of the camera angles. This is the old camera angle we're looking at right now. It is still kind of choppy. I don't know what it is. iRacing's been having a lot of issues lately, and they seem to kind of refuse to fix them for some reason. All right. We're going to switch back to the other one. Back in Daytona. All right. So back live from the World Center of Racing tonight in the Daytona International Speedway. About 18 minutes to go. Still in this warm-up, and not the warm-up session, the preseason Thunder session, before we go to Kern. Coming up. Ooh, looks like my angles. There we go. Hopefully that works. Fortunately, it doesn't. All right, we're gonna have to once again reloaded the session. Of course, just don't get used to all these issues that we're having tonight and testing around. I mean, it's preseason Thunder. This is what this is for. We've got a bunch of new things we're testing, of course. iRacing is not cooperating at all. So apologize for that, of course. I don't want to talk bad about iRacing or anything, but they have been absolutely terrible with the lag and all that lately. It has just been awful. Like the car sounds have been broken. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. It's unfortunate, but hopefully we can get this sorted out. In the meantime, you can see all the action in the backgrounds for, of course, the promo picture, not the promo picture, but the promo video that we have, brand new, with new clips and whatnot, like I said earlier. All right, back live about maybe 15 minutes to go here in Daytona for Preseason Thunder for the Grand National Series. We are just, of course, 14 days away. 2 weeks from now is the season opener here at Daytona for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series. I mean, expect another one where it's a race to even get into the race, like it was last season. We had multiple drivers miss the show. Expect more of the same with over 35 drivers full-time, and then obviously a lot of part-time drivers as well going to be making those starts. Not everyone is here. It is just Preseason Thunder. It's a very voluntary thing. Not everyone does it, as you can see. Not everyone's available to do it either. Like Cole Wilson, he's in France right now. I don't know what he's doing. He's looking at the Eiffel Tower, eating baguettes, doing French things, I guess. As they head back to 3 and 4. All right, there is C.J. Urban leading the field. He actually was originally planned, him and Andrew Stacy both were originally planned to race full-time in Grand National this season. It would have been C.J.'s, I believe, second or third Grand National full-time season, but plans were changed. Of course, iRacing announced that they are going to be both moving full-time to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. This upcoming year, of course, Stacy was full-time there, but Urban was not, so it's going to be Urban's first full-time season, but he's not considered a rookie because of the amount of starts he's had in his career. First time competing for a championship, though, for CJ in the Cup Series. Made the playoffs last season in Xfinity, made it to the round of 6. Very, very good, and gets rewarded with a Cup Series opportunity. And there they go. Oh, we got a car flipping. There is Cole Clausen on his roof. Although Cole Clausen and Ethan McMillan, they're not full-time in the Cup Series and just full-time in Grand National now, you'll still see them making Cup Series starts. They've been doing a lot of testing. Also did some Open Sonoma testing that we posted some pictures of as well. Ethan McMillan has been dropping a lot of new good Cup Series paint schemes I've seen. It looks pretty nice. And 4-car lineup for M&F Racing. First full-time year in the Grand National Series for M&F. They've sold all their Cup Series charters. They're going all in on Grand National as they head down the front stretch. A couple other new full-time Grand National teams that weren't full-time last season. Of course, Nitro Motorsports talked about them with Knox Thompson, the team owner, and his teammate Warren Cook. How about Fat Friends United, that 4-car organization, going to be so fun to watch this upcoming season. Fortner Racing, first full-time year for them. Blue Oval I just can't talk tonight. I mean, I haven't talked on a broadcast in over a month, so it makes sense. Fortner, or Blue Oval Performance Team, they're going to be making their debut this year. And I would expect Daytona to be a hard race to get into. Of course, throughout the season, after Daytona, the top 12 in points in the Grand National Series are going to be locked into every single race. Just got to say, top 12 in points are locked into that race. But nothing transitions from that season, no owner's points or whatnot. Because cars, I mean, there isn't singular car owner's points, there's just owner's points for the entire team. There aren't any owner's points that lock you into the next season's races. Just like, I mean, you never know, like, Richard Cherry won that race last season, made it to Championship 4. He could miss Daytona this year, the season opener. I mean, I've even gotten a question from him if that's possible. I said, yes, it is. Same thing with Cole Wilson. You're defending Grand National Series champion. He could miss Daytona. I mean, what a story that would be. That would be unbelievable. I mean, we already saw some pretty insane stories last year, of course, with Ryan Davis missing the season opener in Daytona and then coming back for the regular season finale later that year, last season in Xfinity, and winning the race. Of course, Ryan Davis, unfortunately, basically retires from the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. I don't know when you're going to see him again. I don't know if you're ever going to see him again, but he won a couple of races last year. Of course, won the truck race in Daytona. Sorry about that. But anyways, back on Ryan Davis. He, of course, won the truck race in Daytona, then immediately DNQ'd from the Xfinity race about 20 minutes later. It's just so crazy how things work. Of course, Speed Week's now officially underway here in Preseason Thunder. We got a lot of action, of course, next week with Clash Week. Maybe possibly 4 days of action. Currently confirmed 3. With, of course, the Clash on Thursday, the iCar Late Model Series race on Wednesday, of course, the iCar Pro Series on Tuesday, and possibly lobbies on Friday. Oh, Max DiFilippi. Oh, he's come back in front of the field, and now he's going to go around. So we got a wreck happening. Big, big crash. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what is this? Oh, what am I looking at? Oh, my God. And he lands on his wheels. My goodness. Well, oh, hard on the wall goes Dana Ron. I mean, wow. We'll be right back in Daytona. What a wreck that was. 11 minutes to go in the warm-up session, or not the warm-up session, Preseason Thunder here in Daytona with Kern coming up next. We'll be right back. Welcome back live to Daytona International Speedway. You're watching NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series Preseason Thunder from Daytona, season number 5. Of course, after tonight, you got 10 more days, full days of Speed Week's actions coming. Next week's Clash at USA Speedway action, then of course Daytona Speed Weeks. All the stuff for the Cup Series, Daytona 500 Week, the Grand National Series, the Truck Series, the IndyCar Series. They now have a 3-race series, and of course iCar and ARCA. Such a stacked Speed Weeks as always. Pace and Lindsay now leading the top line. Oh, we might get split 3 wide. He does. Back at a 1 and 2. Oh my God! 83 in the middle of the track, and now they're wrecking. Here they go down the backstretch. Harris Erman spinning. Man, that was a bit of a jump scare. And there he is. As they continue to wreck up here. Oh my God, Pace and Lindsay. Oh! Max DiFilippi, big hit. Oh, he gets hit again. 8 minutes to go before we head to Kern County Speedway. Coming up later. All right. Oh, and there's Braden Hunsaker, I believe, obviously just took a big shot to the wall. Of course, I'm just so thrilled to be back here in the booth talking to everyone's talking about all the action we're going to be seeing this season. And season number 5. It's such an exciting year that we got coming up. So many more changes to talk about tomorrow night in the Cup Series. That is the big bucket of changes. That is going to be unbelievable. Of course, we've already debriefed all of the new stuff here in the Grand National Series. Don't know how much more we have got to go over. Talked about all the schedule additions, the new faces, new places, and whatnot. Talked about the new points format, of course, obviously the new name of the series. A couple of minor rules. Of course, there's a new minor rule. You can only have 5 full-time cars now in the Grand National Series. So, of course, it used to be unlimited for the prior years in the Xfinity Series. Now it's only 5. No charters in the Grand National, obviously only in the Cup Series, that is. Of course, a charter locks you into every race in the Cup Series, and you have to be full-time to have a charter. Grand National, of course, nobody's locked in the first race. That's going to be so interesting, and we're most likely, of course, going to have over 35 cars, which is, of course, the limit, the amount of drivers that will make a race in Daytona. For the season opener, we had, I think, 41 last season, so a lot went home. And some of them were full-time drivers, and that really hurt their season throughout the rest of the year because they were never able to really recover. Cars head down the backstretch here in Daytona, about 6 minutes to go. Final couple of laps. Oh, there's the 24. Eli Franken goes around, and he's going to be spinning. And a big, oh my God, Payson Lindsay on his roof. Oh man, what a wreck. Lord. Here's Juan Cobb Jr., the Duolingo machine. He'll actually be making his first ever full-time Cup Series season coming up with Fat and Friends United in the Cup Series. That is going to be very, very exciting. I mean, I honestly am, no offense to him, but I don't know how well he's going to be running there because just on the power rankings, I think he's currently the 31st best Cup Series driver full-time. Oh, he gets hit there by Trenton Wilkin. And of course, coming back to the Cup Series is a big advocate for the Gen 4 car. Of course, talk about that more tomorrow night. And yeah. And there is new full-time driver in the Grand National Series, Cole Clausen. Still looking to become the only driver to ever win both a NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series title and a Grand National Series title. Of course, won the Cup title back in season number 2, as you all know. And of course, looking to win the Grand National Series title tonight. But he's going to have company in doing that. Of course, in the Cup Series, Cameron Chandler going to be trying to accomplish that. So is Aiden Donahue. Talk about that more tomorrow night. What Aiden Donahue's season 5 is going to look like. There is Saint Herman on the bottom currently. Not quite sure what he's doing as they head down the backstretch here in Daytona. Oh, we have Juan Cobb Jr. reversing. I don't know what he's doing. All right. 3 by 3. Oh, and there they go. Wrecking again. Big crash. Oh, man. Preseason Thunder doesn't usually end so well with team owners. And, oh my God. Hunsaker just ramps off Cole Clausen. But yeah, doesn't really end so well usually with team owners and having to pay a lot. Unfortunately for them. All right. All right. We're still live here in Daytona. Of course, coming up next, still got some other sessions to come, is, of course, Kern County Speedway. That'll be our second track of the night down in California, Canada Harvest, Kern County Speedway. First time ever in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. We'll have Kern here to come. And then we, of course, go to North Wilkesboro for the final session of the night. 4 wide coming off pit road here. Oh my God, Juan Cobbs Jr. in the middle of the pack there, and oh, there they go again. They've been wrecking a lot, usually this late in the preseason Thunder sessions in Daytona. Actually, mostly save it. Only Payson Lindsay, another one to spin. Sean Rowe mixed up in there. Of course, he is now full-time in the Cup Series. Was really, really impressed. All the team owners last year who made his starts at the end of the Cup Series season gets rewarded with a full-time Cup ride with PTR. That's a very, very big opportunity for him. Of course, Grand National gets 2 season opener practice sessions from Daytona in Daytona Speed Weeks. Oh, there they go. Oh my God, Trenton Wilkin, nearly on his roof. All right, about a minute and 40 seconds left to go in this warm-up session. There's Elliott Fortner. No, I was gonna say Elliott Fortner because it has a giant Fortner Racing logo on the side of that thing, but that's a steam hunter. That is a stock Martin. All right. Oh. Oh, there's Payson Lindsay. Nearly hangs onto the race car. Now 20 or so seconds to go here in Daytona. All right, we're wrapping it up from the World Center of Racing in Preseason Thunder. Good session. We learned a lot. We talked about all the new stuff coming. Saw a lot of on-track action in Daytona, all the new faces, new places, new drivers to the league. That'll do it here in Daytona. Hope you enjoyed, and we're coming up next to Kern County Speedway, and they will wreck to finish it off. Oh my God, big wreck here down the backstretch. We're finish it off in Daytona. All right. That's it, Daytona. Brandon Hunsaker here, fastest in Grand National. Daytona oh my God. Daytona Preseason Thunder. And that will do it in Daytona from the World Center of Racing. Coming up next, of course, Kern County Speedway. We'll see if anyone wants to do a post-session interview, I guess. We will wait and see.
Please look at my rec real quick.
Where is it, Brady Webster?
Very end.
All right. We'll take a look at it. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Oh. I don't know. Are you going to be able to do the podcast tomorrow? Who's that?
Hey, we have bruised toes.
Bruised toes. Okay.
Bruised toes. Well, we can still talk. That's all that matters.
Hopefully. My
All
God.
right, we're out. Hey, next session gonna be peak.
Wow. All right. So we'll be coming up real quick. We're gonna drag some people for an interview. Next, coming up is Cameron Chandler. He finished all the way down 10th in the session. Man, Cameron Chandler, 10th place in this session. That is absolutely awful. Take me through what made you guys so slow here in Daytona.
Um, why am I here? Um, yeah, we weren't going for hot lap, man. I mean, we were going for race pace, and that 8 car was up front and looking good. So Richard Sherry, when he comes to drive this car and whatever it is, he should be doing well, and he can go back to back in the season openers.
I mean, how many notes do you think you gave Richard Cherry in this incredible Daytona session?
I tell you what, that 8 car was in the front the whole time, so the 8 car has great notes already. It knows how to win. I won the season 2. What season is it? Is this season 5? It won the season 3, I think. I don't really know what season it was. It won the
Season
Xfinity
3.
race here one time. Yeah, season 3 Xfinity race. He won the season 4 season opener. So that 8 car, it will know how to get the victory lane, and it's going to do good, real good in the season opener.
All right, well, nice try, and we'll see you on the flight to California.
Woohoo! Yeah, we're gonna be real fast. That 8 car, man. I tell you again, it's gonna be good notes, great notes.
All right, well, enjoy taking your notes, Cameron Chandler, and don't flip.
I haven't done that in my career yet, man. And not like Matthew Yellow
Wow, nice try.
or Max D for Flippy. Max Flips.
Nice attempt.
Yeah, move me back now.
All right, you're down.
Good.
All right, anyways, that was Cameron Chandler, driver the number 8, finished 10th, of course, in the session. All right. So we are ready to go. Coming up from Kern County Speedway. And make sure to stay tuned for Grand National Preseason Thunder. Next up, session number 2 coming up from Kern. This is Kern County Speedway here in California. This, of course, is Bakersfield, California, home of Kevin Harvick. Of course, he actually owns the racetrack, I believe, now, Kern County. And this should be a pretty fun one. Short track, brand new track to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. And here we go. From Kern. This one should be pretty fun. Of course, Daytona, we previewed everything. We saw all the crazy action. They had all their mini races going or whatnot. And yeah, here we go from Kern County Speedway in Bakersfield, California. A short track usually used by late models and whatever, but this season plays host to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series here in Kern. All right, we are live at Kern. Here we go. Welcome live to Bakersfield, California tonight. A brand new racetrack on the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League schedule, and it is, of course, oh my God, it of course is Kern County Speedway, and I of course can't talk tonight. And here's the 88, Matthew White heading down the front stretch here in Kern, down into 1 and 2. Of course, this place does have lights. It's not completely decided if we're gonna have a night race here or not. It's going to be, I guess, sunset into night session tonight in preseason. There's Matthew White making his way down the front stretch and sliding that thing around. There's Max DiFilippi in the 12 machine. Of course, Daytona was where you're going to learn all the new drivers and whatnot. This is going to be more of a, I guess you can say, by yourself session. I mean, we will see probably still some races once the session goes on, but you're going to be trying to dial yourself in. There's going to be a lot of short tracks on the schedule this year in the Grand National Series, so going to be important to do that. Oh, and there's Zena Roman going around in the 6th car. He spins. And here's the 20 once again. That's John Rowe. All right, so sun is setting already here in Kern. That's a very, very interesting pit road. They don't even have a pit wall. I don't know what's going on here. There's cones that are protecting the guys on pit road. All right. There's Max Thompson back into 3 and 4. Ooh, hits the apron a little bit there. It's kind of hard to see the apron. That line on the bottom is not too shaded in, to be honest. So far, though, Matthew White top the board here in Kern. Oh, and around goes Zane Rahman. I've seen him go around a couple times already in this session. He's kind of been struggling. All right. Early session from Kern County Speedway. Brand new short track on the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series schedule. Of course, preseason Thunder, both Cup and Grand National, every season always includes Daytona for the first session under the lights, just to start us off, and then we, of course, go to 2 new tracks for that series. Tonight, it's, of course, Kern and North Wilkesboro, and tomorrow night for the Cup Series, of course, it is Rockingham, where Grand National went last season, but the Cup Series, I mean, the Cup Series technically did go to Grand National, or what? Technically did go to Rockingham, but of course that was with the old car. And it was just the all-star race. And then, of course, they go to Legacy Atlanta. Which, of course, first time ever in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series will be racing there. There's Trenton Wilkin down the backstretch. There's 48, Max Thompson. Already on the racetrack. Looks pretty racy so far. It should be, I would say, I mean, it's race is kind of a little bit in the distance, but looks like it might be a pretty good race. we'll be having. There's Zanderman back in the 3 and 4. There's the 94. That is CJ Ribbon. All right. From the request of Cameron Chandler, we're going to be riding along with Matthew White through a lap here and just listen at Kern. See Felipe behind him, Cameron Chandler as well. Yeah, they do actually max up pretty early. Something that will be adjusted before the race later this season. This is just what Preseason Thunder is for. We're testing all the new camera angles and all the new broadcast things in Daytona. We're testing new setup stuff here in Kern. It's the beauty of Preseason Thunder, all the tests we got going on. Oh, contact into the side of the number 88 car is the 8 car of Cameron Chandler. They're having a pretty good race so far up here. DeFelipe, Chandler, and White. Oh! Matthew White clears himself as they head down the back stretch on 3 and 4. The bumper of Chandler. They're going to hopefully have a little bit of a battle now down the front stretch here in Kern. Back at a 1 and 2. Beautiful night. Sun is setting. We'll be under the lights pretty shortly as well, so things will change. I believe we're also going to be under the lights for North Wilkesboro. Oh, DeFelipe into the wall. And Chandler had a bit of an issue as well. There's 7 around. There's a 77. That's Christopher Lowell. We got Zanderman wall riding. I don't know if it's going to make it faster here. We'll have to wait and see. Genre, though, currently top of the board here in Kern so far. And that's 20 machine. There is his teammate, the one of Trenton Wilkin. Oh, we got a car spinning. That's Brody Webster going around. Of course, me and Brody will be on the podcast tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night, but previewing and debriefing Preseason Thunder for the Cup Series and the Grand National Series. Oh, roughing them up. Down into 1 and 2 goes CJ Ribbon and Trenton Wilkin, 2 Cup Series regulars, and they're not really too happy with each other from the looks of it. Beautiful scenery there in the background here in Kern. Here's Cole Clausen down to 1 and 2. He goes. Oh, into the wall. Here's Clausen. Cameron Chandler now goes top of the board here in Kern. Oh my God! The 7. Oh my God, he's on his lid. He is flipping. My goodness, what a crash. And oh my God. Holy. He is still on his roof. Oh my God. What a wreck. That was one hell of a crash. My goodness. I don't know if he's okay after that one. Holy. There's some crash we just saw. Sean Rowe leads Matthew White and Cameron Chandler. Top 3 so far on the board. All 3 Cup Series regulars. I think Sean Rowe could be a very, very underrated driver to make a deep run in the chase. We'll have to wait and see what he does this season in the Cup Series. Oh, Matthew White, bit of a slide. Space and Lindsay. And others back here in Kern. Of course, track conditions will continue to change as the session rolls on from Kern County. Kern County Raceway, you can call it Kevin Harviss Kern County Raceway. A couple of different names, just Kern County, Kern Raceway, I don't even know. Kern, let's call it like 7 different things. Almost a slide job there with Xander Bond and Knox Thompson, former teammates. Actually, they are teammates in the Cup Series for brand new oh my God, okay. Brand new formed Red Ridge Racing, owned by Xander Bond. It's actually a part-time team now. Don't have any full-time entries or charters. Oh. All right. All right, still early in this Kern County Speedway session. I don't want to watch, though, Matthew White, Cameron Chandler, and Sean Rowe throughout this whole session. They're going to be hopefully having some good battles. They're so far the top 3 on the board. Chandler top of the board by a 10th. Of course, Cup Series drivers, just like last season, going to be able to make 8 Cup Series or 8 Grand National Series starts, I should say, a year. So a bunch of them make it to that maximum limit last season. They of course can race whenever they want. There's no playoffs. There's no nothing. Doesn't matter. They can just choose any race they want. Any 8 races. Doesn't have to be 8. But that's the maximum they can do. Most successful driver that race, though, of course, was full-time in the Cup Series that did those 8 races in Grand National last season was Cameron Chandler. He won at USA Speedway, Darlington, and Kansas last season. Of course, Cameron Chandler, so good in this Xfinity car, Grand National car, I guess you can say. Season 3 Grand National Series champion. Oh, wait, there's Knox Thompson going around in the 48. And Xander Bond comes right back over there. Here's Sean Rowe heading down the backstretch. Rowe looks pretty solid on the board so far, currently in 3rd, just behind Matthew White and Cameron Chandler. I mean, those 2 are pretty good. They're not too bad, I guess you could say. Down on 1-2, he goes. There's the 94. That's Erdman. And yeah, early though, still here at Kern County Speedway. As we look from the flag stands and all around this Kern County Speedway. Of course, you're going to be seeing Kern on the schedule a little bit later in the year. It's going to be all the way down to race number 21 of the season, June 17th during New Hampshire week of the Cup Series. So, going to have to wait a little bit, but should be worth the wait. Same thing with North Wilkesboro. They race their race 19 on June 3rd. So both these races that we're going to have preseason that are with Kern and North Wilkesboro are going to be all the way in June for the final month of the season, number 5. But we're really in just the end of November, basically December now. There's Erdman on the bottom with McMillan. Of course, season number 4 for what was the Xfinity Series, now is the Grand National Series, was such a huge, huge like gains, I guess you could say, a huge growth season for the series. I mean, back like season 3 and before, there were only maybe like 15 or so max cars in a race. In Xfinity, there were like over 30 a lot of races last season. I mean, it was really, really good. Of course, Cup Series is keeping pace with that as well. I don't know what it's going to be like this season. I think it's going to be, I guess, very, very similar. But I think more Cup Series. You're going to see more Cup Series, I guess you could say, entries than we saw last season, I think. It's going to be pretty balanced, though. It's basically half and half for Cup Series full-time drivers and Grand National Series full-time drivers here in Season 5. Oh! And Ace Stockborn going to go around hard into the wall with the one of Trenton Wilkin. Oh my God, Brody Webster. My goodness. And there's a lot of championship contenders aren't in this session. Probably my top 4. Richard Cherry, Paul Wilson, your defending series champion, Alexander Ortega, and Jacob Malone. They're not here tonight. Here they go, Matthew White and Cameron Chandler. Side by side, back into 3 and 4. Top 4 so far, Chandler, Rowe, White, Wilkin. Those 4 are so, so good. 3 of them have won in the Xfinity Series, Grand National Series before. Most recent win for those 3 combined coming with Trenton Wilkin in Las Vegas last year. There is Trenton in the 1. It's Las Vegas, the championship race. I don't know if you would say it would be the championship race this year, but the finale for Grand National. Championship could be locked up by then, but you never know, it might not be. If we were doing full season points last year, it wouldn't have been. So you never know. There are a lot of drivers that can contend for this title. Side by side, here's Cameron Chandler and Matthew White again. Oh, there they go, both around. Synchronized spin. They didn't even hit each other. They both just spun at the same time. Might have been a little bit of net code. My God, that was funny. Oh, and he's going to go around. Oh, there's a big crash happened up here. A bunch of cars were sitting in the middle of the track, up on the outside. Oh, and they continue to pile in. Oh. Oh, my God. Cole Clausen flipping over the pit wall. My goodness. Oh my, what is Cole Clausen doing? My God. Now with these two trying to put on a show, down the back shift in 3 and 4. Max DiFilippi ahead of them. Oh, there goes Webster. He'll spin. Or not Webster, that's Matthew White. A little bit of a difference. One of them doesn't have a top 10, I don't think, in his Xfinity Series, or I should say Grand National Series career, which is Brody Webster, unfortunately. He's my podcast co-host, but I got to talk bad about him a little bit. And one of them has the record for the most amount of NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series wins, of course, is a Cup Series champion. So, I mean, there's a little bit of a difference there. Of course, Matthew White going to be in his 5th full-time Xfinity or Cup Series season here in season number 5 for that 2nd title. Still looking for that 2nd title. Matthew White has won a lot, but he's never won the Charlotte 600. That's a thing that's been on his bucket list. He won the Cup Series race, the second race at Charlotte last year. We had that little thing with Road Atlanta where we had to take that off the schedule because some issues with the racetrack and whatnot. But he's never won the Charlotte 600. The Grand National this season actually has their own Charlotte 600, I guess you can call it. Usually mile-and-a-half races are now up to 100 laps for Grand National at other tracks. It's 134 laps for Grand National this season when Cup runs, of course, 200 in Charlotte. So, long races coming up then. Oh, there's DeFilippi. He'll save it. And Wilkin gonna go around and hit the wall big time down the front stretch. Again, into the fence he goes. Oh, and Cole Clausen is wall riding. All right. Oh. My goodness. Not quite sure what Cole Kloss is doing at this point, but all right. Of course, so much has happened over the off season here in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. We'll explain all the Cup Series stuff tomorrow night. What? My Cole Clausen, my goodness, he is just causing some chaos. Another battle. Look at this, side by side, Max DeFilippi and Cameron Chandler, and then Matthew White in the battle as well. 3 black Chevrolets. On the bottom, clears DeFilippi. Oh, we got Ethan McMillan up the outside. He spins around a little bit down the back stretch. And there's Matthew White once again working his way to the inside on Cameron Chandler. As they head down the front stretch in Kern. No safer barriers here, so hopefully we don't have any accidents that are bad. Just a concrete wall. See race door to door, down into 1 and 2. What a battle they're putting on, side by side. They're still side by side, back in a 1 and 2 here. Been watching this for a little bit, just paying attention to all this going on down the back stretch again. My goodness, what a battle. And I believe that is, yeah, that's Sean Rowe coming to the battle now as well in the 20 car. He's been good in this session. And look at Rowe in the bottom, 3 wide, down the front stretch they go. Back at a 1 and 2. 3 wide. Look at Rowe gonna get a 2 for 1 on the bottom. Oh, and Cole Clausen. Oh, he's gonna ruin the battle. And, my God. He goes up in smoke. All right. 32 minutes left here in Kern. Let's see real quick. I don't know if I can see who's done the most laps this. I don't know if I can. Got 52 laps done by Zane Armand, 57 laps done by Payson Lindsay. Trenton Wilkinson, 60 laps so far. Still 30 minutes to go. 65 for Matthew White. 65 for Matthew White. We've got a lot of laps completed here. I believe Matthew White is the most with 65. Probably can get to 100 for somebody before the end of this session. A lot of good experience here in Kern. Of course, the actual race coming up later this season here at Kern County Speedway is 130 laps long. Oh, you got Zane Armand. Oh my God. Takes out Sean Rowe. All right. And here we go again. I don't even know at this point between Matthew White and Cameron Chandler. Side by side, leaning on each other, back in the turns 3 and 4.
And the booth wall comes in, Brody Webster.
Wow, hello, Brody Webster. How is it on track here in Kern? You're all the way down in 11th, 3/10 off the pace.
Okay, so because when I finally learned the track, it was of course when the track lost all the grip. So you're gonna see nobody's gonna be able to set a faster lap than any of the people in like the top 6 or 7. Because they set those at the beginning of the session where the track had the most grip, and now the fastest you can probably run is an 18.5 when they ran 18.2s, 3s, and 4s.
I mean, but what do you think about this battle between Chandler, White, and then sometimes Sean Rowe we see on the racetrack?
So, you know, Matthew C. White is just so terrible, and so is Cameron Chandler, even though he owns the race car I drive. I mean, no wonder I wreck it so much. Oh, that's my driver right there.
All right, we gotta get some content for our podcast tomorrow. Oh, Payson Lynch just dumped Sean Rowe.
Oh yeah, that'll be on. Payson was fine. You dumped Sean.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to bring our special guest Cole Wilson to the podcast tomorrow night because somebody decided to go to France at the perfect time.
Yeah, you know, he's a brother in Paris now.
Yep. Actually, I don't think that's what it's called. You want to tell us? You want to tell us what's actually called?
So it's actually. Oh, you removed it. What Kyle Larson said in iRacing in Paris.
Kyle Larson said a lot of things in iRacing. I don't know what you're talking about.
The one that starts with an N and ends with an R. And he said, "Hey," for it.
Wow, unprofessional,
Maybe.
Brody Webster. Unbelievable. I think you should be canceled.
No, I don't think so. Let's try that. Hey, should we get back on? Should we get back out on track?
Sure, take us around a lap here. We're gonna ride along with you,
All right.
actually.
So, you know, we exit the pit lane. You know, gotta go the pit speed. You know, gotta follow the rules, nice and orderly. Can't speed, or else you'll get a penalty like CJ Urban has all night, asking for to clear his penalties. He's such a little cheater. Good thing he moved it up because he can't cheat in here anymore. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of just wrap it around the second lane, just come into the line just to get some speed. And then what you're gonna do into turn 1 is brake and enter in the second lane and turn down into the first and continue that speed and then second turn you enter on the bottom, and gas her up, and there's a lap at Kern Speedway.
Wow.
Now
So
it wasn't
talented.
too good, but wow, thank you. And somebody's wrecking out of me. Oh my gosh. What am I doing?
Oh my goodness. Oh, he saves it. Wow. Just the pure talent. As you look from the blimp, the Goodyear blimp made the trip over here to Bakersfield, California. And watch this Brody Webster back into 1 and 2. There actually is a tunnel here. Just realized that.
Oh, yep, and there it goes. See,
Oh.
I told you, lost grip. Well, now we're going to take on Matthew White, so.
Well, we can't do that throughout the 120 laps later this season. We just can. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you took out Trenton instead. Nice shot.
Yeah, Cameron Chandler said to stop being a terror, so we're going to go on another
All right. Oh, Max DiFilippi attempts to take out Sean Rowe as they head down the front stretch.
Yeah, so sorry about it. Obviously, Sean Rowe did nothing wrong. Flips. And someone's left.
All right, let's check on the laps now. Matthew White has now ran 79, coming to his 80th lap. Still 26 minutes to go. I mean, you can run a full race distance here at this point. Get good
How
at practice.
long is the race going to be?
120 laps.
Okay. Well, and you'll see Brody Webster in the mid-pack the whole time.
I mean, maybe that's race 21 of the season, so maybe you could get better by then.
Yeah, it'll be the, you know, because I'm going full time, it'll be the most I'll ever race in this league.
So will.
Oh, you didn't. Just tell me you're not watching.
I can be in a minute.
No.
Wow, we didn't find you.
Yo, get back in the pit lane. That's all that matters. And we're gonna wreck my own driver. Wouldn't that be really funny?
I don't know. I wouldn't encourage wrecking out here.
No. It's just, and it's my driver, my car, my equipment.
And look at this battle going on between Sean Rowe, Matthew White, and Cameron Chandler.
And Cole Clausen is good.
Oh my! Oh, Clausen.
He's been flipping a lot tonight, by the way.
Yeah, I know. This battle once again. Payson Lindsay trying to squeeze his nose down into there. 4 Cup Series regulars going at it here in the Grand National Series. And then Cole Clausen on his roof.
Hey, this is a pretty fun, and Cole Clausen's down. This is a pretty fun track.
Cole Clausen is... Cole Clausen's still on his roof somehow. Oh, Payson Lindsay tries to squeeze us down in there on the bottom. He nearly makes contact with Cameron Chandler. They slide up the racetrack. 3 wide almost down the front straightaway. 24 minutes to go here. Good battle. Oh, Payson, what a big send. Almost worked. Didn't quite get there, though. Oh, as they make more contact down the front stretch and back into 1 and 2. Xander Mon ahead.
What number am I picked up? Because Zane Ramon is 1, and I was 1.
I don't know. You haven't chosen one.
Hey, I thought part-time guys couldn't choose one.
Well, you didn't ever talk about being part-time in Cup.
I'm gonna do 2 or 3 races.
Oh, around goes Cole Clausen.
Hey, can I be the 2 car?
We'll have to check on that.
Alright. Cameron Chandler. It's okay.
23 minutes to go here in Kern. Or the preseason Thunder session.
How'd you feel about the game tonight, Ethan?
How'd you feel about last night's game, Baltimore Ravens?
Oh, okay. At least it was Thanksgiving, so it was actually very close game, very good game.
Very close. The stadium was empty when before the game was over.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't matter. So, it doesn't really matter.
Why do Ravens fans leave like that? Like, I don't think I've ever seen that before. The stadium's empty. It wasn't like it was.
I'm a Ravens fan.
I've seen you in a Ravens jersey, you fatty.
Yeah, because I live in Maryland. I obviously own a Justin Tucker jersey.
Wow. Jake Elliott would never. Matthew White on the bottom.
And obviously they're all cup guys. So. And by the way, look what happened. Nobody moved up the board at all. Or moved on the board.
Sean Rowe will pass Matthew White down into 1 and 2. It's a great battle we got going on. Clausen, Max Steve Filippi, Xander Munn, Grand National regulars, sticking those into this as well.
I kind of want to join it today on the back stretch.
Oh, contact, DiFilippi and Lindsay. Oh my God. Cole Clausen put the bumper to Payson Lindsay. I mean, Payson Lindsay doesn't have a problem with Cole Clausen, but Cole Clausen never really talks too nicely of Payson Lindsay, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
I mean, I don't think they've ever. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard Payson
goodness.
talk about Cole Clausen, but. Oh. Oh, and Brady Webster just moves Sean Rowe. Now he's stuck. Oh, and he gets slammed by Christopher Lowell. And
I don't even know if he's still alive. I'm just waiting. I want to join the battle. Alright, Ethan, I'm going to go. Everybody, tune into the next practice. It's going to be amazing.
And of course, make sure to tune into the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League podcast, Saturday Sports Shift, our second episode tomorrow night. Or tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be releasing.
Yep. Alright. Bye-bye, Charlie.
Wow. Alright, anyways, back here in Kern, about 19 minutes to go. Alright, so about, like I said, 19 minutes to go. Cameron Chandler's still top of the board. And there's Christopher Lowell. Yet again, there's Trent Wilkin. Once again now heading down the front straightaway. All right. So about 18 minutes left to go here in the preseason Thunder session from Kern. It's been a pretty fun one so far. Take a little bit of a break and we'll be back in a few minutes here from Kern County Speedway. Be right back from Kern. All right, welcome back live to Kern County Speedway. About 9 minutes to go in this preseason Thunder. Oh my, how did he get there? I don't really know. 9 minutes to go in this preseason Thunder session. I don't know what we're doing over here. I don't know how Sean Rowe got to, by where the tunnel is. And now he's going to go back on the racetrack here to make some actual laps, I guess. I don't really understand what that was about. But anyways, about 9 minutes to go. Rowe maybe trying to come to pit road, missed that, looks like. At 9 minutes to go, like I said. Coming next is going to be North Wilkesboro. Final session of the night here for Grand National Season 5 Pre-Season Thunder. All right. Matthew White heads down the back straightaway in 3 and 4 again. Trying to keep the throttle on that thing, sliding down the front stretch and back into 1 and 2. Matthew White has now made 122 laps. That is over a full race distance here at Kern. He is putting in the work. Oh, Christopher Lowell goes around in the 77. Takes a bit of a spin. There's the 70, that's Ethan McMillan. Backing on into the 8 of Cameron Chandler as well. Dana Rahn there in the 6. More cars there. Cars heading down the front stretch. 77 there, Christopher Lowell. Once again. It's going to take a little bit for me to get used to Brandon Piper not being in the 77 in the Grand National this season. Of course, Brandon Piper moving full-time with Clear High Racing in the 40 here this upcoming year in the Cup Series. We'll see him tomorrow night in Preseason Thunder for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Of course, pretty packed day around the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League tomorrow. Of course, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the podcast comes out, our weekly Saturday sports shift. Me and Brody Webster talk about all the action around the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League on track and off track. And then, of course, we go live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for 3 sessions. All the new things to talk about in the Cup Series this season. Daytona, then we go to Rockingham, and then Atlanta Motor Speedway at Legacy Atlanta, the final session of the night. So looking for a pretty fun day tomorrow. All around the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. Here's Cole Clausen. Oh, he's going to spin. He's trying to go down into 1 and 2, and now he goes around in the 71. All right. So one more, of course, short track coming up tonight here in North Wilkesboro. From a super speedway in Daytona now to 2 short tracks. And we're going all over the country. First went into Daytona, Florida. Now we're all the way in Bakersfield, California. Now we're going back to North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. So the plane tickets for these Grand National teams are pretty expensive, if I have to say the least, for this week. Cup is a little more simple. They go to Daytona, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida. Then they also only have to go to Rockingham in North Carolina. And then they have to go to Atlanta and, of course, Georgia. All the way staying in the southeast, so it's not really too difficult for them. Grand National, they're all over the country. They're from the southeast all the way to the my God, all the way over to California, and then all the way, oh my God, California and the West Coast, and then all the way over to the East Coast again in North Wilkesboro. But at least the teams can go home from then in North Wilkesboro, of course, in North Carolina. All the teams are based, for the most part. Oh, and Sean Rowe is bringing his car to the garage. Okay. Oh, there we go. Got a camera angle of that. I'm not quite I guess he just went around the back. He's just, okay, I don't know what he's doing. I don't think those garages open. He's waiting for someone to open his garage. I am his car owner, so I probably should get down there and open his garage, but I'm in the booth right now, so I guess one of my employees has to do that. Backing it back up. And I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. I did see him before go where the tunnel is, so we'll see if he does that again. I don't know where you can go from here. There's some fans in here. Hopefully he doesn't run into them. I know pretty limited haulers here right now because all the teams aren't here, obviously. Not a full weekend or whatever. Oh, and he's going to go to his hauler, I guess. And maybe call it quits for the night. 3 minutes to go in this session. Maybe. I don't really know what he's doing. All right. There's his teammate, Trenton Wilkin. Of course, both teammates in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series this season. Oh my God. How? First of all, how? This thing is sparking. We gotta see how this, oh my God, Cole Clausen, only Cole Clausen, man. How does he do these things? I don't really know. I don't know if I wanna know. Let's see. Oh my God. All right, so first of all, he's on pit road. He just completely ignores pit road speed and, oh no. Oh my God. Oh, and stuck in the catch fence, Jeff Gordon style. Oh, and that's a little bit of debris. Oh, and he gets slammed by Zane Rahman. The debris tornado stops. Oh my God. Holy. It's certainly interesting, to say the least. And Cameron Chandler and Matthew White continue to battle here in these two. So, of course, top 5, all from the Cup Series. Chandler, Wilkin, Rowe, White, Lindsay. There aren't a lot of Xfinity Series stars in this session tonight that I would think would contend for the title. My top 4 in the points I have predicted aren't in this session right now. Ortega, Malone, Sheary, and Wilson. No, of course, not everyone has to do preseason Thunder. Of course, all those guys very, very experienced, not choosing to show up. 2 minutes to go in Kern. Cole Clausen is still stuck in the catch fence. I don't really know what's going on. Chandler and White continue to battle as they have all day long. Completely under the lights here. Darkness has fallen in Kern, of course. Track conditions have changed. Rubber's been laid down. Cars have been getting a little bit looser. We haven't really seen anyone improve on times. Like Brody Webster was talking about earlier. And there goes Chandler around. And he will not save it. There's Zane Rahman, he crashed. There's a couple of cars right now that are in the garage. Oh, and Trenton Wilkin, he's literally going in. We got to take a look at, oh. It's a little bit of a disappointment. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have done that better. I want to see someone go over by where, what you call it, the tunnel is. I saw, oh my God, Cole Clausen. I saw Sean Rowe do that. But if nobody else does, I might just have to figure that out for myself later. All right, minute to go, wrapping it up with preseason Thunder here in Kern. Final session of the night coming up next in North Wilkesboro. Been a pretty fun and successful night of preseason Thunder. We've had good racing. We've explained basically everything. Got one more track to test out in North Wilkesboro to finish off the night. For these Grand National drivers. These two, I think, are going to battle real hard at North Wilkesboro, if I had to imagine. My God, what a show these two are putting on right now for us. So head back on a 1 and 2. All right, that should just about do it here in Kern. Coming up next is North Wilkesboro. And we'll see the official total for Matthew White. It was 142 laps. Cameron Chandler ended up running 124. Man, what a run, though, for Matthew White. 142 laps ran. That is really, really impressive. The driver of the 88 here tonight. All right, checkered flag is in the air. Cameron Chandler, fastest here in Preseason Thunder from Kern. And that will do it. Final session of the night coming up in North Wilkesboro. Checkered flag in the air here at Kern County Speedway. These guys, of course, the fans in the stands, sold minimal tickets, but they're all excited to have Kern hosting a Grand National Series race this season. And, of course, Preseason Thunder is now wrapped up here in Kern County. Pretty good track. First time on the schedule, of course, in the league, and it looks pretty good so far. All right. And we'll be getting ready for North Wilkesboro coming up next. See if we have any post-session interviews. If not, of course, move on straight to North Wilkesboro Speedway. Of course, like I said, Cameron Chandler was top of the board. Here in Kern, we had, how many? We had, we had like 7 drivers do over 100 laps, so it was a very, very highly contested session. A lot of laps ran. Most incidents, 156, I believe, by Cole Clausen. Yeah, that's not really surprising. All right. We would drag Cameron Chandler back in here, but I don't want to really annoy him anymore. I guess. I'm going to pass up on that opportunity. But yeah. Once again, still live here tonight. Coming up next, the final session of the day from North Wilkesboro Speedway. Of course, fans like this one here in Kern. And we'll pack it up. We'll fly over to North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, and have hopefully a fun one there. All right. Okay. Of course, like I said, that'll do it here from Kern County Speedway. Final one of the night, North Wilkesboro Speedway. Of course, it's the brand new repaved North Wilkesboro Speedway. The last time we raced at North Wilkesboro in the league, not including lobbies, was all the way back in season 1. That was the old North Wilkesboro. It didn't even have lights. Of course, it was the 1987 version of that racetrack. So muchly updated now, of course, and we get to race in that tonight here in Grand National Preseason Thunder. One more session to go. Been a pretty nice day of preseason Thunder and testing so far, and we'll finish it off another short track here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Make sure to stay tuned for that coming up about a minute time. Another hour-long session, and that'll finish up the night. And, of course, tomorrow night, big day around the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League with, of course, another podcast episode coming up. And then, of course, Cup Series Preseason Thunder. All the new faces you'll see in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Everything new we got to talk about. That'll be coming tomorrow night. For the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Preseason Thunder live on this channel. All right. So, make sure to stay tuned with NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series Preseason Thunder continuing. It's going to be the final session of the night from North Wilkesboro Speedway. You don't want to miss it. In North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, the most classic track we'll be racing on tonight. And another short track, final session of the day, coming up at North Wilkesboro. Stay tuned. This is NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series Preseason Thunder. All right, here we go. For the final session of NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series Season 5 Preseason Thunder. And it happens in North Wilkesboro. Coming up. One more session, 1 more hour with you guys tonight. And then we'll wrap it up. I don't know. I really do like our new theme music. So far, I'm leaning towards what is the old NASCAR on Fox? What's the one you just heard? It's the old NASCAR on Fox starting lineup music. That's the one I'm leaning towards so far. We've talked about the old NASCAR theme and whatever. We don't know officially. We're also, of course, going to be testing more camera packs tomorrow at Daytona. So a little more visuals and sounds to be tested so far. But we're live in North Wilkesboro. Once again, the sun is setting. And here we go from North Wilkesboro Speedway. Car is just about to be on the racetrack. What a beautiful job they did. A whole, really just I don't want to say rebranding, but really just fixing up this whole place. Looks absolutely beautiful, and it plays host to Preseason Thunder and, of course, the Grand National Series and Cup Series races here later this season. Here we go. First car on the racetrack going to be Zane Rahman from North Wilkesboro Speedway. He heads down the front stretch here at North Wilkesboro and back into 1 and 2. The racetrack a little bit he goes, and now going to be heading down this back stretch. There's the 71 of Cole Clausen. There's the 25. That's Mason Ward. Haven't seen him on the racetrack so far tonight. Wasn't in Daytona or Bakersfield with Kern. I guess only could drive here, so he only could choose North Wilkesboro, I guess. And there is Cole Clausen crashing down the front straightaway. Christopher Lowell. We're on pit road right now in the 77 car. Others in the pits. So, though, 55 minutes to go. It's just getting started here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. All right. Mason Ward on the outside and Zane Rahman down to the inside lane. Mason Ward, of course, first full-time season in the 25. So you'll see how he does. See how he does this year. So they go side by side and back into 1 and 2. Bit of a blank there from Rahman. He comes back. Here's the 71 of Cole Clausen back into 3 and 4. And heading down the front stretch here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Throw that car down into 1 and 2. Of course, so much different than the old North Wilkesboro with how repaved this thing is, of course. A lot more grip, a lot faster. And Clausen's still going to spin up to the outside and hit the wall. Of course, we did do, like I said earlier, we had a race here in the Cup Series at Old North Wilkesboro. It was an absolute wreck fest back in Season 1, whichever race in Season 1 was a wreck fest. So not really surprising there. But it's really, really chaotic, of course. Here's the 83 of Lopez. The 77 of Christopher Lowell. Once again down the front straightaway. But, of course, repaved North Wilkesboro are probably going to be, hopefully, a lot better than what we had earlier. All right, final time these Grand National guys going to be on the track with these Grand National cars until Daytona Speed Weeks with their opening practice session on that Tuesday. That's over a week away from now. So, got to get some running in here with their teams. Of course, Cup guys have a lot of action coming up with Preseason Thunder for them tomorrow night, the Clash on next Thursday, and they have immediately Daytona 500 opening practice that next Monday after that. So yeah, Grand National guys get the week off tomorrow or next week, or this upcoming week, I guess. Oh, St. Ron, bit of a moment back into 1 and 2. Here comes Matthew White on the track in the 88. Of racing teammates Ethan McMillan and Cole Clausen down the front stretch. They go back into 1 and 2. Ooh, 70 car slides up the racetrack. He is still sideways, and now he's gonna overcorrect, go hard into the wall head on. And Matthew White into the fence big time. There's Mason Ward in the 25. Goes Cole Clausen into the wall. Here's that 8 car of Cameron Chandler rolling down the front stretch and back into 1 and 2. Cameron Chandler goes top of the board from Matthew White, Ethan McMillan, Rolo, and Cole Clausen. McMillan, not bad start to the session in the 3rd. Now Matthew White goes top of the board from Cameron Chandler. Hopefully those two start to battle in a minute. Here's Wilkin. Come on, got really loose. Oh, he's going to overcorrect hard into the wall he goes. Oh my God, now Roman on his lid, flipping down to 1 and 2. Oh, he gets hit again. Man. Oh, and here we go. Cole Clausen begins to wall ride. Back into 1 and 2. All right. Here's Mason Ward. There's the one. That's Trent Wilkin again. Christopher Lowell heading back to 1 and 2 here, or 3 and 4, and that's 77. Of course, Lowell full-time with Brandon Pfeiffer Racing this year. Raced part-time with Screaming Luigi Racing. Did enough to earn a full-time ride with another team this year. There's Roman, or that's not Roman, why did I say Roman? That's Trent Wilkin, the one. To the wall he goes. Alright, oh. And there goes Wilkin in the fence. Mason Lindsay, there's the 8 Chandler. 25 of Mason Ward, and there's Brady Webster spinning. Sean Rowe. Once again, back in the 3 and 4 in that 20. Steve Filippi up there. And Rogan hit the wall. Ball back down. Brody Webster in the number 2. I can't wait to see all these drivers' new paint schemes, of course, in the Grand National Series. And like I said earlier, just bland paint schemes, basic paint schemes, test cars for most drivers, besides Daytona for some reason. And then, football into the wall he goes. And I just can't wait to see all these new paint schemes be released. They're going to be looking absolutely beautiful. I've seen some of them that aren't released to the public yet. They look nice, for sure. I think Lopez wins the most colorful car award by a mile here tonight. Oh, around goes Wilkin, and there's a synchronized spin with Brody Webster. See how many laps these guys can get done. Of course, the record in Kern was 142, which is over the race distance for Matthew White. 120 laps to run in Kern. At North Wilkesboro, we are going to be running 125 laps, so one more lap than we do in Kern. See if anyone can get to 125 or over tonight. So Rahman rides the wall back into 3 and 4. All right. Anyways, there's Rahman once again riding the wall for whatever reason. Loose, but here comes Matthew White and Cameron Chandler. Oh, there's Pacey Lindsay spinning. Oh, he gets hit. Oh my God, what a crash. And they're still piling it up here. But here they come. Matthew White, Cameron Chandler. Let's settle in and hopefully watch a good one as Matthew White completely slides, jumps in front of Cameron Chandler, who hits the wall a little bit. These two put on a great show in Kern for most of that session. We'll see what they do tonight at North Wilkesboro. Oh, Chandler might give him the bumper. He's going to try to turn him back at a 1 and 2 into the wall. They both go hard. And they're probably going to both reset here. Wilkin, Rowe, teammates, once again back to 1 and 2. Oh, and there goes the 1. Trenton Wilkin into the wall. Cars. Racing cars here with Max DiFilippi, and then, oh, spinning car of Ethan McMillan. He'll go around. Side by side. Oh, there is Clausen. Oh, we have somebody. I don't know. Okay, Sean Rowe's doing it again. Now he's back to his whatever you call it, hauler. And here's Brody Webster back on the track, trying to get some more laps in here. Webster is second to last currently. So not doing the best, but trying his hardest. And that's all that matters. Brody Webster. Oh, and now, oh my God, Payson Lindsay. Oh, what a terrible incident. Gets hit by Mason Ward. Oh my God. I don't know if they can fly. Oh, I don't know if they can fly like that here at North Wilkesboro of all places. But all right. Oh. Sean Rowe goes stop the board here. Good lap for the 20. I mean, I'm telling you, I think Sean Rowe is going to be a very, very underrated Cup Series driver this year. Really impressive in his starts last season. Granted, a different car, but I just doing really good in this style of car right now in the Grand National Series. Top of the board so far, beating guys like Chandler and White. I mean, I do really think Sean Rowe, he's going to make. I think he's going to make the chase. I think he's going to win a few races as well and contend for the title. I do really think he's going to be in that contention. I know drivers like Cameron Chandler, Matthew White, Aiden Donahue, Braden Hunsicker, the list goes on. It's going to be very hard to beat those kind of guys, but you never know. Anything could happen. He could be very, very strong in the Cup Series. It's going to be one of my picks to do really solid. I mean, he earned that Cup Series ride with Ethan Trendler Racing just with his really, really competitiveness in the Cup Series last year in his part-time starts. Sean Rowe's best finish in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League is a second-place photo finish, side-by-side, crashing back in the Season 2, what was the Xfinity Series back then, Daytona season opener. That was insane. Going back all the way nearly 2 calendar years ago. 2024, that was. January of 2024. So he's got experience. Close finishes here in crazy action. Of course, you just got to survive speed weeks for a lot of these guys if you're not a super speedway lover. Never gonna get luck in one of these races just like that. But of course, we do not have any super speedways next week. With USA Speedway, of course, the Clash week. The Clash on Thursday. That should be a very, very fun night. And then, of course, iCar has their 2 days of action with their late model series Wednesday and their Pro Series, the ARC cars, on Tuesday. Season 3 of the iCar Pro Series. Had fun covering the first 2 years. Alliance, of course, there's the iCar owner, Cameron Chandler. Or Alliance. Of course, Cameron Chandler, co-owner of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League as well. So. And he's heading back into 1 and 2. Cole Clausen goes top of the board by 1.2 seconds. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder how he did that. I mean, is it just pure talent for Cole Clausen, or did he ride the wall? I don't know. Go again. Matthew White, Cameron Chandler starting to battle it out. Chandler to the bumper of the 88 of what Matthew White pulls back down low and actually clears him, heading down the front stretch at North Wilkesboro. White though looking for a crossover back on the bottom of the racetrack. He goes, bit of a slide job. Gonna slide up to his quarter panel, side by side, and clears him again, heading down the back stretch again. And now the 83. My God, bit of a mess back here on the back stretch. Side by side, back into 3 and 4. Once again off the corner exit to go. Good corner momentum from the outside lane for Matthew White. He'll clear the 8 car of Chandler, though. He works back outside, trying to get a good playoff corner exit. We'll see him coming down this back stretch. We'll have momentum. He's going to stay outside. Door to door. Big run to the top. Oh, and man, in the way. Oh, what a terrible crash. My God, they pile up again. Oh, Matthew, well, look at the tire. I don't know if anyone saw that, but the tire was in the most interesting position I think I've ever seen. We got M&F Racing wall ride right now. It is just pushing Cole Clausen around now. I don't know what I'm looking at. My God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Huge wreck. And now they're all going to reset and go back to work here in North Wilkesboro. Here's the two of Brody Webster on the racetrack now. Oh! Matthew White loose. Sliding. And maybe going around. There's the one. Wilk, and he spins. Oh no, here we go. Oh God. These two, I don't know what they're doing at this point, but alright. It's getting pretty loud, to say the least. And here is Chandler and White once again racing down the backstretch. Oh my God. You hear that in the background, obviously. What are they doing? Oh my God. They caught Matthew White and Cameron Chandler now. McMillan goes second on the board. Tom Clausen goes fastest. All right. Oh, Mason Ward, my God. Somehow Chandler and White both avoid. Chandler slides, loses the spot to Matthew White, and we'll go back to work behind him. Chandler on the wall a little bit. White all the way down to the apron. And Chandler powers around the outside. Oh! Doesn't matter. McMillan in the way, and he crashes. These guys have to kind of check up to avoid that. Luckily, Cameron resets. They head down the front stretch yet again at North Wilkesboro Speedway. 35 minutes to go. Here it is. Grand National Preseason Thunder for season number 5. A lot of laps being run tonight. Very, very good for all these new drivers and teams and whatnot. All the on-track experience and everything they need to know. We've explained everything new to the Grand National Series. I don't know if there's anything I have left to do. I'm pretty sure I've done everything at this point. Gone over all the new teams. We've done everything. We've done the points format, the new things over the off season. Yeah, we'll cover the rest of the stuff. And, of course, the Cup Series stuff and the rest of the league stuff tomorrow night in Cup Series Preseason Thunder. Oh. There's Mason Ward back into turns 3 and 4 in the 25 machine. Here's the two slowest people on the racetrack, Lopez and Brody Webster. Oh, and Cole Clausen is walking. Who would have figured? Matthew White, you saw him cut all the way down low, trying to get some extra grip up corner exit. Heading back to turns 3 and 4, behind Cameron Chandler on the 8 machine here. Cameron just looks like one step ahead of Matthew so far tonight in this session. Now wall running, okay. He's tired of being Let's go first. Cameron Chandler's not gonna let that happen. My God, oh! And then barrelly goes, takes that Matthew White, and Payson Lindsay right in the path. Oh, Zanerman. And Lindsay's just getting abused out here. Oh, okay. Look through some of the camera angles, I guess. Not too many to choose from North Wilkesboro. I do have a special pack, but it's not the one that we're using in Daytona. Maybe we'll take a ride along with somebody here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. I believe. See real quick. Chandler's not on the racetrack. I want to see something that's out. Actually on the track, making good laps. We'll look at Matthew White. Let's ride along with the 88. Take a few laps around with Matthew White. Oh, we'll try to go avoid Boston. Lap traffic now on the way. Oh, he's not very pleased. Oh, he's gonna might wreck himself. All right, not going so well so far for Matthew White. My God. Want to look or watch the hands now of Matthew White. Let's look at see how he's handling this race car. Got his pink gloves on. Little bit of slide off corner exit, not too bad. Holding a pretty steady wheel for the most part. Honestly, sawing at that a little more. Just, of course, different driving styles for every driver in the field. Matthew White, he's sawing a little bit more than I would say others would. Really loose corner racer down in 3 and 4. Let's watch with Mason Ward. So that's Cameron Chandler. See what he's doing. Overdrive it a little bit too much, I have to say, but there they go, back into 3 and 4. These two, Matthew White and Mason Ward. White now beginning to run down that 25 machine. Lopez in the 83 again. All right. These two having a not so bad battle. And now Matthew White gets to the inside of Mason Orr. Going to race him, try to side draft him a little bit. Down the back stretch from 3 and 4. Pull it down under there. Down the front stretch they go yet again. You're at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Oh, contact almost. Oh! Been a little bit of neck code, and now Matthew White gets turned on head on into the wall. And he crashes hard. Matthew has now done 54 laps so far tonight.
Hello, hello, Ethan Trendler.
Hello, hello, Brody Webster. Welcome back to the booth.
Right. Do you wanna show them how to, set the heater on this track?
Sure. I know you're all the way down in 5th.
All the way down in 5th. That didn't sound too good, did it?
All right. Well, we're riding along with you now, Brody Webster.
Well, I have 2 baddies ahead of me, so let's just. Hey, get out the way. I'm doing a lap for these cars. All right. So, you come down to 1 and 2, get a good run, and you just don't lift, and you...
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know about that one. Maybe you can take us along for an actual lap.
Okay, we will take you along for an actual lap.
Oh. And, into the wall.
I didn't see that, though. Good thing we can reset the car.
And we're dying.
How, is this been, pretty boring?
No, I've been just yapping away.
As normal. What
Yeah, as
is this
normal.
person doing ahead of me? Move.
Oh my god. Just run straight into them, yep.
And then Payson Lindsay's ahead of me.
Oh my god.
Oh! Just the pit barrels. Alright, if this guy can... we'll just battle. We'll battle
Oh,
this guy
Ethan
out.
McMillan. You can hear Ethan McMillan side by side with Brody.
Well, he's just wall riding, so... I can't really run a good lap because everybody's just on the wall, so... Oh... Alright, so we'll show you how to really get a good lap. So, you brake into turn 1, you gotta really bring it on down, get the run going, get ramp 4, and then enter bottom, and watch 2 terrors. You gotta
Oh
wait
my
really
God.
long to get on the gas, and then boom.
Top of the board, Brody Webster. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm not wall riding, so... But I am going a lot faster, holy crap.
I mean, you're beating
Wow.
guys like Sean Rowe, Cameron Chandler, Matthew White. How's it feel?
I really...
Yep.
Wow. Feels amazing, like, real cup contenders, leading them, honestly.
But you are
Oh,
being
how did he get in here?
you are being beaten by Payson Lindsay.
Okay. Well, to be fair, he's, his favorite driver is teammates with the Melon Man himself. So, obviously he knows how to wall ride pretty well. Alright,
Oh.
so this is really hard. And we're already 6 tenths off. And that right there is how you get fast out. Wow.
Still down in
Wow.
5th. I mean, wow, Brody Webster even slow while wall riding.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not slow while riding.
You know you can't
Oh,
do this
yeah.
in the race, right?
Oh, no crap.
I think the car's a little broken. Oh,
Yeah, just what is going on behind me? I saw my rear view and someone behind.
must have been a attack. All
Let's
right.
find Cameron Chandler.
I I mean, it's never mind.
It's never mind.
Very hard to find Cameron Chandler. Anyways, as 3 and 4 they go.
Let me let them catch up to me. You know, because I'm so fast, they just have to.
I know, it's not like you just came out of the pits ahead of them.
No.
Oh, we clicked off the wrong camera angle. There we go. All right. Oh, Cole Clausen.
How
There
was
he is.
the new Fox camera package?
Oh, it was just amazing. We'll have another one tomorrow night provided by Cameron Chandler. All right, Brody Webster, what has been your favorite part of preseason Thunder so far?
Being top 5 fastest here, obviously, you know, off of pure talent.
Oh, yeah. You want to explain to everyone watching how that actually happened?
Pure talent, obviously, at wall riding. But
we can go back and take a look at the footage if you want.
well, no, you don't need to do all that. I mean, I told you, pure talent. Wall
I
riding.
think we actually are. We're going to do that right now. Let's go back to Brody Webster. Let's find his fastest lap, which was right here, and let's take a look how it happened.
I kind of want to see this.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's pure skill.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Pure skill right there, and coming to the line, boom.
Oh, we're stopped. All right.
All right, we're getting her back going.
Looking at the back end of Brody Webster. Not the first time I've done that. Anyways, as Brody Webster.
Why are we looking at the back end? What if we just like?
Oh.
We needed to reset the car.
All right. "19 minutes to go in North Wilkesboro preseason Thunder."
I don't think anybody else is on track.
Cole Clausen.
Cole Clausen.
And he wrecks.
How do you feel about Cole Clausen, season whatever champion? What, 2?
All right, that was a long time to go. I don't know why you're asking me now.
What do you mean?
Huh?
It's like asking Kyle Busch how he feels about his 2015 championship.
I don't know. Brody Webster, when did you join the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League?
I think season 3.
When, what day, what time, what year?
Oh, nice try. How am I supposed to know that? So it was about 9 months ago.
So,
not exactly.
9 months?
Yeah, no, don't even say. It was one of the last races of the season.
So, season 3, so Kansas.
I don't. Oh my gosh, I tried to terrorize Cameron Chandler. I don't think I did Kansas, but nice try.
Well, so, I mean, the funny thing is about Brody Webster and Cameron Chandler, they announced their birth of their first child, so congratulations to you two.
What? No, nice try. What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do we mean?
Yeah, nice try. Don't think that's even possible.
We can also go and tell everybody what the original name of the podcast was going to be.
I don't even remember. You want to tell her?
No.
Because I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. I'm not going to say it, though.
Yeah, I'm kidding. It was the Saturday Sports Shift.
From the beginning, yeah, obviously. What are they doing track? Yeah, Cole Clausen quit, so it's just me and whoever this guy is. And then the Fat and Friends United star driver.
It's almost 12 o'clock here on the East Coast, so it makes sense. We only have 60 minutes left to go in this warm-up session,
Warm-up session. Nice try. Oops.
Oh yeah, by the way, Brody Webster, we got a 150 lap race coming up after this. How do you feel?
Amazing, obviously. I'm burning it down already.
All right, wow. Don't want to celebrate the win too early.
Yeah, because of Ethan Trendler's power. Everyone burnouts in turn 1. No,
oh my God! Wow.
Oh my God.
You're still going, okay.
No pain, no gain. Cameron Chandler is trying to battering ram me. Wow. I'm about to blow up. The CWR car of fatties is about to blow up.
Wow.
Oh look, now I've shown a perfect display of what I'm gonna do after I get wrecked out at Daytona.
Hey, real question, why don't you race for your own team?
I blew up. So, just like your GOAT Denny Hamlin, he doesn't race for his own team, so.
Do you actually know
And
who my favorite driver is? I think it's Denny Hamlin. Like all
It's
time.
not Denny Hamlin. Sorry, he's on your favorite team. That's true. A nice
Yes.
try. But yeah, it's like Denny leaving Joe Gibbs to join 2311.
I mean, Denny had a little bit more success, not gonna lie.
Nice try. It's still, why would I leave the best team? Why would I leave the best team and join Fat and Friends United, which is an upcoming team? We have basic equipment. We don't have the best equipment, okay?
So what does the team shop look like right now?
Oh, all right. I can actually stream and pull up a picture of what the team shop looks like.
All right.
All right. Let's see here. Just give me a second here. It's just gonna take me a minute to find a picture of the shop because it's so huge that it's
huge.
It is.
All right.
All right, keep watching the thing. We'll find it eventually. All right.
Yeah, nice try.
All right. Okay. We found it.
All right.
Okay. All right. We are indeed.
I don't know if we're gonna
All right,
stream
we're
or not.
streaming.
All right. Let's click on it.
Streaming.
Let's find. Discord's frozen. Okay. Hang on. There we go.
All right.
Liam Byron, nice try. It's a good thing I had my my background thing up, so nobody saw that.
This is the team shop. All right. No, actually, you want to see the team shop?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, we look it up? Oh. It's that official. All right. Hendrick
and
shop.
here,
yeah.
Here it is. Oh wait. You know, the previous racer of Pet and Friends United. Alright. We'll show you the real shop. Alright, this right here.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
Just cover up that. You know. Oh wait, no, this is it. This is it. Of course, you can see the Great Clips car of TJ Moon in there.
He drives the 9, doesn't he?
That he changed his number multiple times. Okay. And then you want to see our museum because we won so much times in
It's
the
the
FedEx
first-
Xfinity Series.
You've never made a start.
No, we did. We actually
Oh.
got second place.
Oh yeah.
That's the car right there.
Yeah,
And
the
then
one-
this is okay. So this car is actually Braden Hunsicker's championship car.
How'd you get that?
And we stole it. But don't tell anybody. This is actually Cameron Chandler's Xfinity championship car.
How'd
This
you get
is Aiden
that too?
Donahue's. This is Aiden Donahue's
What?
Xfinity championship car.
Where are you getting these? They're supposed to be in the
this-
FedEx Museum.
This right here is Cole Clausen's championship car.
What?
And, you know, down the line you can see Matthew White's and Braden Hunsicker's old one down there too.
Oh, that one? Oh.
Yeah,
What, the season 2 championship car?
yeah. And then as you can see here, this is TJ Moon's car propped up with the wrong paint or
Oh.
sponsor on it. You know,
Sure.
Fake
Um,
trees, you know. This is the next gen too, so we had to
Shall
switch
we-
because us transitioning to the Gen 4, we had to strip all our cars and.
You never ran a next gen in your life at Pet and Friends United.
Yes, we did. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice attempt. Hendricks.
Alright,
okay.
let's look at. All right, and then let's look at our cup shop actually.
There's another one. There's a separate one. You know what?
Yeah, there's.
Oh,
yeah.
that's-
All right,
that's-
so this is our cup shop. Okay.
Oh.
As you can tell, a lot bigger for Juan Cobbs and John Nagayan, Nugent, Wynn, whatever you want to call them. You know, all their cars, all their historic cars are stored in here. Because they wanted to store their cars in here because we have so much space in our team shop, and here's the engine work of our don't mind the dirt bikes, we just use those for fun, but yeah, this is the engine work of the of our Gen 4 cars.
Who are those employees? What's their names?
So this is actually Cameron Chandler, and this is Matthew White.
I don't. Wow, Cameron Chandler, you sure went through a couple changes.
And then if you look at this is TJ Moon trying to sell our gear,
That's
obviously.
DJ Moon.
Yep, that is TJ Moon. Hold up, let's actually look up TJ Moon.
I'm just gonna hide this because I know we're gonna see something. Oh no, okay.
Here we go. This is our driver, actually. Oh my gosh, and
Damn.
he's standing next to a baddie. See? This is our driver. Our driver. So,
Look up
I'd
Ethan
say we're
Trendler.
doing pretty- Alright, let's look up Ethan Trendler. Oh yeah, not obviously.
No, let's
oh,
not look up Ethan Trendler.
Oh, is this you?
No, that's not me. We're not looking at that now.
Oh my gosh.
They really do hate me, huh?
Oh, that's definitely. Oh, this is definitely you.
No, that's not me.
This is definitely you.
Wish that was me.
That's you. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's you right there.
Yep.
It's very low quality. I don't know why.
No. Don't even do it. I swear.
Wait, we gotta find the good clip. All right, then we need to get a rundown of what happens in this clip. By the way,
I don't know. Stuff.
Stop. Oh, all right. Here we go.
It's a good thing we can't hear it.
So, you know, we try to get the car to turn. It's not turning. We see them wrecking ahead, and we just absolutely run right into it. You know, there's clear track right here.
We're not looking at
but,
it,
you know,
by the way.
This grass looks amazing. Wow, you're not looking at it. Nice try. You're looking at what, people sitting in the pits?
Car's on track. 6 minutes to go.
Who's still on track?
Zane Romano. And some other people. There's Matthew White. There's Cameron Chandler once again battling.
I need to turn my Sorry, I had to burp. Let me turn my stream off.
Wow. Let's see now how many laps Matthew White has here. My God, I can't talk. 107. 80 for Cameron Chandler. Matthew White just putting in that work tonight. So, Brody Webster.
Yes, hello.
We might have to, I don't know, we might have to share a hotel room tonight.
Oh, and why is that?
Because the hotels around North Wilkesboro, they kind of got booked out, and there was only one room, and it's a one bedroom too.
Wow,
I don't know.
Audio just cut out. Or your audio just cut out.
Wow, nice try.
Hold up.
All right, about 5 minutes to go here. And the Brody Webster 500. Slide job, trying to take the lead away. Slide job, back under him. Back into 3 and 4. Oh, Mason Ward spinning into the pits, into the pit barrels he goes. I don't know, I don't think, so the 125 laps is what Matthew has to get to. He's got, what, like 13 laps to go with 4 minutes left here. I don't know if he can get there. Of course, the race distance.
Wow. After having big technical difficulties, I am down.
What a moment. I'm emotional. All right, anyways, 3 minutes to go here in North Wilkesboro. Been a pretty fun night here in Preseason Thunder. Been live for about 3 hours. Doing the same thing tomorrow night for the Cup Series, of course.
Yep, and Brody Webster will be there for Daytona and be commentating the other two with Ethan Tremler.
Wow. Unbelievable. And of course, we're going to be doing our podcast tomorrow night. Or not, I keep saying tomorrow night. Tomorrow as well.
Tomorrow. Hey, I don't even know what you said. You said something about a hotel room and then...
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nice try. I can listen to the stream.
Oh, whoopsie. Anyways, there's Matthew White. Slide job. On the bottom.
Is there anybody even listening anymore? They've just given up.
Yes, there is.
Six
My
or
loyal
seven.
fans.
Are we ready for Cup preseason?
Yeah, we got a lot to yap about tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean a lot. I'm not going to shut up.
It's going to be full 30 minutes. Or you talking? Oh, you're talking about the broadcast.
Yeah. Well, both,
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the podcast.
Both.
Yeah. Hey, both. If you're still in here, you know, spoiler alert, we're going to have a silly season. We're going to have a silly season report done by one of our drivers on all the FedEx biggest moves. So stay tuned for that on the podcast.
Yep.
We are also going to have special guests which we will be reviewing tomorrow when the episode comes out. You know, you already said Cole Wilson was going to be on there if that hits any point, but we'll have someone else. And yeah, it'll be great. It'll be amazing.
Yes, it will be. So incredible. Can't wait.
Why can't I hear again?
Wow. These downs. All right. Anyways. Minute and 20 seconds left to go in North Wilkesboro. These two just been battling all the way since Kern. Pretty sure they battled in the plane to get here. They battle now on the track here in North Wilkesboro. They might battle tonight. Might even battle in the bed. What? That's not what I meant.
Oh my gosh, I'm batting for United first on the board.
Oh, what? Lopez top of the board here. Okay.
He's actually one of the best drivers of all time.
So the thing is, if you go top of the board in one of these preseason sessions, your name actually gets put on SimRacer Hub in the thing because it shows you. Because we put those in, so it shows you fastest in the practice in the session. So his name is about to be on this if nothing changes in the last 30 seconds.
Wow.
Someone's.
Will Brody Webster be on in 6 or 7?
But that doesn't even make sense. Nice try.
White gone. White back.
All right, like one more lap here. Zane Rahman might try to put a heater down, but it might not work.
So how do you think the racing will be at this track?
It is going to be purely fantastic.
Oh,
Checkered flag
Hey.
in the air.
Ethan Trendler, do you want to sneak peek at my my main scheme I'm running this season?
Sure, when we are all wrapped up here.
All right.
All right. Checker flag in the air. 3 sessions done in the books. We're done in preseason thunder for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series in season number 5. That will do it. From Daytona, Kern, and North Wilkesboro, we are finished. Of course, make sure to join us tomorrow night live from, of course, starting off at Daytona International Speedway, then Rockingham, then at Legacy Atlanta for NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Preseason Thunder. Matthew Wood exactly gets to 225 laps. Preseason Thunder for season number 5. So much to go over for tomorrow. So much action on the track. You don't want to miss it. 9 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night. Yeah, Matthew had exactly 125 laps, by the way. All right,
125.
These guys will not get off the track. All right. Track's closed, guys. Time to back it up.
Yeah, back it up. Back it up.
Gotta go home. They don't want to get off the track, apparently. All right. But yeah, Lopez. How about him? Top of the board. His name is about to be on SimRacer Hub.
Yep. And you know, we're gonna need to post about that and
I
put
don't
the
know.
Fat and Friends United logo right next to it.
I don't know. I was getting a few complaints about him.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, there we go. Time to finish off the session. Oh, he's down.
Oh, I thought he was gonna hit the pit barrels.
All right, but yeah, that'll do it. Preseason Thunder comes to a close in North Wilkesboro. And that's it for Preseason Thunder. You're in season number 5 for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series. Pretty successful night, if I have to say so myself. Good day. And we'll do it all over again this time for the Cup Series tomorrow. All right. That is it, North Wilkesboro. We hope you enjoyed Preseason Thunder for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series. Grand National, next time they'll be on track is, of course, for their opening practice session for the Daytona season opener. But that's way in the distance. Not exactly 2 weeks, but a few weeks' time. All right, that'll do it tonight. Of course, on behalf of all team owners, drivers, officials, commentators, everybody involved in making this league what it is, thank you for a good opening night of Preseason Thunder for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series here in season number 5. And of course, we'll see you tomorrow night for Cup Series Season 5 Preseason Thunder starting off in Daytona. Should be a pretty fun night coming up tomorrow. So that'll do it. We'll see you tomorrow night for Cup Series Preseason Thunder. So good night.